make it happen for you.
Let's make it happen for you. Very good evening, everybody. My name is Mauricio, and today I'm even more excited than ever to welcome you guys, entrepreneurs and business owners from all over the world, to this brand new event that we're holding every week, inviting different entrepreneurs and successful business owners and enriching ourselves with their success story. Now, before I get started, I want to tell you that this is not a conference, but this is a two-way channel. So it's not only inspiration and power that you're going to be getting from today, but you're going to be getting loads of nuggets. So if you guys had the opportunity to have a successful entrepreneur in the living room of your house, what would you ask him? Because, I remember 10 years ago when I started my own process as an entrepreneur, that I was getting a lot of inspiration from audios, from materials, from, positive material out there. And let's be honest, there's a lot of information. And tonight, you guys decided to skip Netflix, to skip the barbecue, to skip going out with friends, to join us tonight. So you guys deserve a huge round of applause. And I promise you that if you stay until the end of today's meeting, you guys are not going to regret it, because tonight's speaker is the most energetic, the biggest hearted person I've known in several years of me building businesses together with my wife. Every time I ask him or his sister for support, for inspiration, they are always there with the best attitude. So tonight, you guys will leave completely electrified. So I'm going to be asking him some burning questions that I have myself, but along the conference, I want you guys to get involved, to ask questions, to really be here, and if possible, to activate your cameras. Obviously, if you're joining us for the first time, it's not necessary to activate your cameras, but if you've been with us for some time, it is very important, because, otherwise we can be lost in the conversation. We can just go, cooking, doing several things, and not having our senses in what's important. We're only going to be here for around 30 to 40 minutes, so it's going to be fast-paced, and I don't want to be taking any more time from today's speaker. He is a young man from Portugal, building businesses successfully, making loads of mistakes, because believe me, that's what businesses is about: falling, getting up, challenging himself, getting the best version. But today, he's a huge inspiration to hundreds and thousands of people. So without further ado, please help me receive, as he deserves it, with the biggest round of applause. Write in the chat how excited you are to be learning from him, directly from Portugal, my very good friend, Pedro Pereira. How are you doing, Pedro?
Awesome. Just very happy to be here with you guys. And thank you, of course, Mauricio, for the presentation, for Diana as well, about for the invitation as well. But more than that, I'm very excited. I don't know what, I think we're not together since pandemic chaos, wasn't it? Last time I think we were together in a Zoom like this. And first of all, I just want you guys to be very healthy, you and your family, which is the most important thing. And because with health, we can do everything after that. So let's I'm very excited to be here with you guys, and just let's share experience. As you said before, Mauricio, like a lot of mistakes every day, which is a normal thing. And usually, and today, earlier, I was saying to a person from our team, I was saying to her, like, failing is not about making mistakes. Failing is about not doing anything. So we need to understand we were educated in the wrong way in the past. So let's do it together, and very happy to be here with you.
Thank you, Pedro. Pedro, obviously, we're going to be talking about your success, about what you have achieved, but more importantly, how you have done it and how you can teach us how to, follow your footsteps. But, Pedro, for those of you who don't know him, Pedro has been building businesses for around 10 years yourself. And I want you to tell us who is Pedro? But by the way, Pedro, he built a business out of nothing. He's going to be talking to us about the business. And if you guys obviously find it interesting, how you guys can get involved as well. But he lives the lifestyle of his dreams. Obviously, I'm not saying that he's a multi-trillionaire with 2 helicopters, but he managed at the beginning of his business to quit his job, to leave what he wants to leave, to travel the world, to, have no money worries. Obviously, we always want more money. The moment that you own $1 million, you want 2 millions. And therefore, that's the essence of a human being. But I want you to tell us in a few words or in a few minutes, who is Pedro Pereira and why, Pedro, why you looked at entrepreneurship as an option instead of obviously the normal 9 to 5.
Yeah, so basically everything I'm gonna be telling, I'm gonna be saying, I'm gonna be expressing, it's something that is built, of course, with my sister together, all the learning together, and with all the team that are building with us. So this is just a product, a constantly evolution product, with everything together on this. So basically, with Pedro, I think now I'm sure I was always a very passionate person. I've always thought that we needed to be able to live a different life. Like it couldn't be just a normal life, like 9 to 5, and just get some X amount of money in the end of the month, but doing like every single day, like working, going to the work, going back, having like weekends. No, I always thought when I was young that we really need to, we must have an option to actually build a different life, but we didn't know. Like I always looked to my sister; she was always very professional, and I started putting the same steps. Went to university, and when I left or when I finished university, I understood that in Portugal, in terms of employee, I wouldn't have like what I wanted to have or what I was expecting to have. So I left and went to London to live. So my sister was there in that time, but I was always very passionate. And what happened was like I started working many hours as she was doing it as well. And like I was working like 6-7 days per week. I was working 10, 12, 14 hours per day. And in 4 or 5 years, I actually grew a lot in the company, but I didn't have a life. So I remember once I was in the office in the end of the day on a Saturday. The open space was empty. It was just myself in the building working in the company. And I remember that my sister called me on Skype and just asked me, "Where are you?" And I was like, "I'm just at work." What are you doing right now? It's like Saturday. Like, yeah, I'm just finishing a few things. And she said to me, like very assertive, she said, like, what is the purpose? Like, you always criticize myself of doing that, and you're doing exactly the same. So this was around 2014. And I remember that like that came to me, and I went to home in that day, in the end of the day, and I was like, it's incredible, because despite I had like a different way or a different perspective to live, I was entering in the normal way of life of the normal society. And I'm not judging that. I'm just saying that I wanted really different, but I didn't know how to build it. So like when I make this connection, when this opportunity came to our life, like it's very important to understand, me and my sister, we never thought to build a business. It was never in our mind, because we went to university, we studied, we went to start like working in a company, growing in a company, building a career, like a normal career on the left side of the quadrant of Robert Kiyosaki, and growing on that. And I started doing that. My sister has done that, but we never thought to build a business because we didn't have anyone like around us that built a business before. Our parents, they didn't have a business, so it was not in our mind. But when the Amway arrived to our life, when the business arrived to our life, like the opportunity, like for us was clear that we could build like a different lifestyle. We could build time and money together. And for us was like, okay, let's go for it. Let's learn. Let's understand that we'll have to have a process. Let's be professional, as we always were in our company as well when we're working. And we just translate that professionalism to this business and start learning with the process and go for that. But for us, when the opportunity arrived, it was very, very clear that we had a business in our hands to build financial freedom, which was always what I thought, what I believed, but I never knew how to build it. This was actually the point.
Pedro, you said building financial freedom, and a lot of people, when they want to obviously not have a job and say they want to be entrepreneurs, they look about how can I make money, and there's loads of ways on how you can make money. Obviously, you can start a restaurant, you can start a boutique, you can start a coffee shop, you can go and I don't know, drive a car in Uber, you can do Amazon drop shipping, you can do so many businesses. But what's going to allow you to actually build something that eventually when you are professional, you actually said that when you're professional enough building it, can actually give you money without you having to invest your efforts and exchange your life for money, which is what most people do. So let's say, Pedro, that I'm an entrepreneur, that I join these inspirational success stories and I see, yes, I want to be an entrepreneur, I want to do something else. What would you recommend? Obviously, you and your sister, you chose social commerce together with Amway. We're going to be talking about that in just a minute. How you guys did it professionally, not just, registered to use some products. No, you guys decided to build financial freedom by having a business through social commerce. But what's your recommendation to every entrepreneur who's joining us today? What should I do? What's my first step? And what do you recommend?
That's a very good question. Like, I remember when we arrived or when the opportunity arrived to our lives, like we understood that we needed to have education. First of all, we couldn't, like, many times I see people that they like, just a simple concept that I thought, like, if I was not living a life with time and money, it's because I didn't know how to build it in that time. Yeah. So if I knew how to build it, I would be living that life. It's like a pretty simple concept to understand. So when we enter in the business, like we understood that we needed to have education in our life. The same way we had education to be professional in our careers, we couldn't just like the expression, we couldn't just faff around like with education. Like we needed to go to the education in like we just needed to understand what was the principles that people were living with financial freedom, they were actually using and putting like every single day in the process. And one of them was education. And for us was not negotiable. For us was straight away to the point, like different podcasts, different books. We had already, like in the past, this mentality in terms of education. My sister much more than me in the beginning, but when I was living in London, I started reading different things. Like I remember in London, before I knew the business, I read the Rich Dad Poor Dad. I remember I read in that time how to win friends and influence people, how to make friends and influence people of Dale Carnegie. So I remember I started reading a few things. So I understood that education was not acceptable to not could not be negotiable in my life, in our lives. So first of all, education. Second one, be around people that actually were living that kind of lifestyle. Be around people, be with people, knowing people that actually were living that lifestyle. Not just in a theoretic way, but in a practical way. So putting both of them together, we started understanding the business, the potential of the business, and we started understanding one thing very important, Mauricio, which was like, we understood why many people were not having a great lifestyle with this business, which is very important. Because many people outside, they say like, oh yeah, but the point is like a lot of people enter the business and they don't build a different lifestyle. Yes, and I know why. That's why I remember there's a podcast from Pep Cohen, La Lógica del Negocio. He was saying in that podcast, he was saying like, one person asked him, what is the percentage, the probability of myself having financial freedom with this business? And he answers, Mine is 100%. What is yours? Depends on what you actually open to build professional, like in a professional way, that mentality and that business. Because this is one of the things I understood in the beginning. Like, if I was not having a lifestyle with time and money, it's because I didn't know how to build it. So I needed to change my mindset. And actually, I needed to act on that, to start changing the way I feel it, the way I see life, the way I understand life, in the way I put it action, and where I will put it action to actually start changing my life. So those two together are very important. Education and people around, they have the result. And of course, after, put action, because action is the only way that will make us grow. We might be able to listen, we might listen different podcasts, thousands of podcasts, we might read thousands of books. If we don't put action every single day, we will never grow. So a lot of people, Mauricio, and I'm pretty sure to you as well, like they talk about personal growth and everything. We just have personal growth if we put action every single day. There is no personal growth without action. And so if I needed to select three things: education, the people around, connecting, of course, with the mentoring, which is very important to be connected, and of course, action every single day to start changing our life.
That's awesome, Pedro. I remember I heard recently in a conference the concept of imperfect constant action. Action, especially at the beginning, doesn't have to be perfect. It's just exposing yourself and learning along the process. The beautiful thing of what Pedro does, Pedro and his sister, and myself and my wife, is that we have mentors who have done very simple things, but that nevertheless, they have achieved the sort of lifestyle that we wanted. So it's about understanding that action takes you there. When you talk about education, I remember at the beginning of my business, I heard this: I am and you are the result of the 5 people who you spend the most time with. So if you look around, the people that you spend the most time with, probably your family, friends, and whatever they make and whatever they talk about is very similar to what you make and what you talk about. So if you want to change the results, what I did, and Pedro, you and me are different in a way. You used to be in your job a highly paid professional who were looking for something else. Myself, 10 years ago, I was driving a bus in, London transport. I was driving a bus, but nevertheless, I had this fire in myself that I wanted something different with my life. And I didn't have, as well as yourself, anybody around me who would teach me and help me, at least at the beginning. So I gave myself an overdose of success stories, like the one that we're hearing today from yourself, from people telling me, you can do it, I believe in yourself, let's do it every single day. And that changed my perspective of life and of the possibilities that I could achieve, and that life wasn't only about making enough money to survive driving that bus. So I thank you very much. Pedro, I want you to tell us, what is it that you do? Because yes, we talked about social commerce, but there's a lot of people here who don't know, they don't have a clue what social commerce, they don't know Amway. For example, myself, 10 years ago, I thought that Amway was a company that sells products through catalogs, and that was my perception. But how does social commerce as an industry catches the attention of highly paid professionals such as yourself and your sister, and you guys decide to invest your talent, your time, your professionalism into making a business successful? So tell us what it is and why you are so excited about this.
Yes, that's a very good point. I think like a lot of people, they actually don't go deep in the information to understand the potential of the business. So like, let me just starting like comparing, like you might have a local market, which is not a bad thing, but you might have a local market, a local store, like a grocery store, selling some products. And the person that owns that grocery store, for example, he needs to work every single day there to actually earn money. So he will never have like financial freedom. He will never have time with that type of business. However, when you look, for example, to Sainsbury's or something back there in UK, Like the owners of Sainsbury's, they never thought to have like a local store. They wanted to build like a different a business which was expanded, was escalated around UK, for example, there, but like not just a local point, but different points where the owner was not working there. The owner was the owner of everything, was not working there. Why? Because the difference is on the left side of the quadrant, we have people which are the system. They work, they get money. They work, they get money. On the right side of the system, we have people, they actually build businesses and they generate revenue, they generate money, and they live with time from those business generating. So when we start looking to the information, we understood that there's a massive difference between a local store and a business like Sainsbury's in terms of potential, in terms of the lifestyle of the owner. So we understood that Amway was exactly the same in terms of potential that we would have with that kind of business, but with a big difference. Like I would never be part of Sainsbury's revenue. Never. Like the owner of Sainsbury's will now come up to me and say like, oh, I'm going to share with you a percentage of our revenue. That will never happen. But Amway, as a producer, they want to revenue, they want to expand, they want to have massive sales, of course, growing sales, but they do it building together with entrepreneurs as myself and you, Maurice, and all of us that are here. They want to learn how to build a distribution business, like and expanding the business with no limit, where Amway will generate revenue, but with that, Amway will actually split with us the revenue that is generated because we are the distribution part of the business. So what I understood is like, if we want to buy, for example, a Danone product, I don't know, like a yogurt product in a brand, I cannot buy it straight away from Danone. I need to go to a distribution outside to actually buy it. So I understood straight away that Amway was the producer, and they didn't want to go to the distribution normal, but there was a lot of money in the distribution that was already spent. There's a lot of money. People don't understand there's the trillions of euros, of dollars, of pounds on the consumer business. We understood like during the pandemic chaos, everything that happened, like the distribution in terms of consumer, like the consumer of the consumers, the normal product, they grew, the revenue grew. Why? Because pandemic or not, people will actually consume. So what we understood was like, we can be part of that, and we can be proactively part of that. So we can generate money with that area that none of us would have an option or an opportunity to have with a different business outside. Doesn't matter if you're talking about Sainsbury's, doesn't matter if you're talking about Tesco, doesn't matter which business. You cannot be part of that in those businesses. Or you build it one from the beginning, and let's be honest, Mauricio, like the investment, the risk we have to build a business with that size, it's huge. Or we can actually connect with Amway and be able to build a business with not like big fixed costs, with no great investment, and be able to build like a lifestyle that those owners can have it. Those owners can have it. So what we understood was like, wow, hold on. We can build a business with the size of that or even more, with no risk, with no investment, with no with no problems that many times those businesses have with salaries, with problems in terms of infrastructures, everything. When they want to escalate and everything, we can have the same potential of business, but without the risk. That for us was like no-brain. Was no-brain. It's like we understood straight away that we were talking about the multi-million business that we just needed to learn how to build it from the scratch. And that's why we started to do it. So many times I do this, like I compare the local market with the great distribution outside, and we need to understand that we have the same potential of these, the great distribution, without the problems that those businesses have. So like it's no brain. As many times Andreas Koch usually say, like he is a multimillionaire guy with the traditional business, he said like, when I saw the business, I understood that I needed to build it. Why? Because I was already millionaire. His words, I was already millionaire, but I understood that to have a business with that potential or even more, without the risk in the investment that I had on my traditional, I needed to build it straight away together. Even if he was together with the traditional business he has, it was straight away to the point to actually build it. So for us, Mauricio was no brainer, literally.
You know, I'm glad you mentioned this, Pedro, and that you make it sound so simple. And it's all about mentality, as I understand. You know, you are showing a possibility not to start a local supermarket, but to start a huge and a multi-million pound, euro, dollar distribution business, leveraging from somebody who had all the infrastructure,
Right.
and everything you had to do was the marketing. However, I'm gonna tell you something. Myself, I didn't understand the business at the beginning. As simple as, you know, you make it sound, you know, I didn't understand it. What I did understand, what they showed me, was the money. What they told me 10 years ago is, Mauricio, you already work as a bus driver, you make money. How about if I teach you how, with a simple business, with products they already use. Actually, let's talk about products. You can talk to us about products. You can make a year without quitting your job, as a plan B, as a second income, 50,000 pounds. That, you know, for me, 10 years ago, when they say 50,000 pounds on top of what I was making, that 50,000 pounds opened up my brain. And, you know, my question is this possible? You know, is this true? How is it possible that I'm working 12, 13 hours a day, 7 days a week, driving a bus, and I only make 30,000 pounds, and this guy is telling me that I can make 50,000 pounds? But, you know, it opened up my mind, because I said, if it's true that I can make 50,000 pounds a year without quitting my job, that obviously I need my job to pay my rent, to put food on my table and everything, and if I make those 50,000 pounds, that will be the deposit for me to buy my first property, get into the property ladder. That was me. And my second question to the person who showed me this is it possible? Show me that this is legal, show me that this is real, and show me people who are making this money. And that's what I want to take you guys here who are new. If you find interesting what we're talking about, what Pedro is saying, ask for professional information. This is key to everything. And 30, 40 minutes that we're going to be spending today. Professional information will lead you to professional answers, and then you can take a decision based on that. So obviously, there's much more money than 50,000 pounds that was the beginning. We've grown our business not only in London, around the UK, and many other places, but it's not about us today. So Pedro, talk to us about the products on your business, because obviously there's products everywhere. If you go to the supermarket, there's products, but why would I want to use the products, these sort of products, and distribute them, and what makes them special, and what sort of products do you have?
Yeah, so basically in the business we have like all the different type of products, different brands. Like we have, like, of course, to first of all, to take care of our health, which is so important. Like we've seen in the pandemic what happened, and it's so important. In Nutrilite, which is the brand of the health brand of Amway, it's just from another world. Like there's a lot of information. You were saying that, the Mauricio, is like, there is professional information. Let's so be open to go deep on that information, which many people don't do that. So that's why they don't understand it. So when we're talking about products, we actually have like the different normal products that we need to use in our home, like to clean houses, to clean our house, to actually to wash our dishes, to wash like our clothes, like to actually be able to do like a daily basis. Like in like there's a lot of, many people ask me, Pedro, but we have everything in Amway. No, we don't have everything in Amway, because we don't have everything in any other business as well. So, but we have a lot of the brands that we need, like a lot of the different brands that we need to use it. We have it in our business, but with a great quality. This is a big difference. Like Amway is a producer, and it produces everything with a high quality, but high quality thinking always about the environment, thinking always about the social responsibility, which is other thing that I would put it for you to actually check it. It's the impact report, the Amway impact report, the impact in environment, impact on social, on the social part of society. But when you look to the products, like they have a great quality, but they are very economic, and this is confused a lot of people as well. Like when, for example, if we're talking about a LLC, I don't know, talking about this right now, you have 1 liter, which costs, I don't know here, I don't know there in UK, but for example, to client more than 10 euros or 10 pounds in this case, for example. And people are like, 10 euros for a product to actually to clean, like a clean product. We don't understand that that product will make 20 doses of 500 milliliters. Like when we're talking about that, we're talking about 40 centimes. Like there's nothing comparing with that outside. So we have great quality. We have very economic products. We have like products which are thought in terms of social and economic, social and environmental part of the world, which is very important to take care of. But more than that, like we have great quality of products to actually take care of ourselves. I always say that, and on Monday I was in a business meeting as well, and I was saying like, fortunately we have like great quality, because we need to understand that if we have time and money and we don't have health, what's the point of that? If we would have like products with low quality, imagine this situation, Mauricio. You start building the business, you grow and grow and grow and grow, and you start stopping thinking about money. You stop thinking about money in terms of, I don't need to think about money because it's generating and growing more and more and more. So you have products with low quality in your business. Question, you don't need to think about money. Will you use them, or will you use products with great quality because you have money for that?
I'll go and use the best. I believe that I deserve the best. This is my mentality.
Correct. So the point is exactly that. So many people say to me like, oh, but there's a high quality comparing with the market. Yeah, if you're comparing with the market in some brands with low quality, you might have like a bigger price in the beginning, but comparing with the brands with great quality outside, we will pay cheaper than them. But more than that is exactly what you said. Like, we need to understand, if you want to be the best, if our health wants to be if we want our health to be the best, if we want to build a big business, we need to have great quality, not the worst quality. So we start building from the scratch with great quality, and that starts with also with our consume. We need to consume, of course, the product. We need to be product of the product. Does not make any sense. Like, imagine you having like a restaurant. You have a restaurant, and you're saying that I always eat in the restaurant in front of mine. That doesn't make any sense at all. So it's like being product of the product. Maybe it's even more deeper. It's even deeper than that. It's like understanding that we have the great quality in the different areas that we actually need to consume and to use, and we are generating money from that. Imagine you are brushing your teeth when you're going to sleep, and you know that you're generating money with that, and all the business together are generating money for you and for them as well together. Like, it's just a different type of mentality. It's just understanding like products are very important, and they are the reason for this business as well to be, of course, legal, as you were saying.
That's
because
awesome.
Many people say like to me, oh, you know, Pedro, the great point of this business that I have here right now is I don't need to sell anything. That's a big problem. When you don't need to sell anything, there's a problem, because you need to have product or service on that. So if not, what you're selling? Do you know what I mean? So many people, they get lost with they get lost themselves like in different things that they are happening in the market every single time, and people are actually getting lost with that. But we need to understand what is the principles of a business that actually works. Many times I say like, Amway is not to be the most beautiful business, which I'm pretty sure you and I feel that. But I understand the new one, they don't feel that, because I didn't feel that in the beginning as well. But Amway was not built to be the most beautiful business. Amway was built to work, and it works. That is the point. And the products work. when we actually understand what is like all the scientists, everything that is behind Amway, it's incredible what we have. So starting like being a product of the product with the best quality and start building the business from that, and never the opposite. Because I always say that if I would have like having money and the products of my business were not good, I would not be consuming that. So I would be destroying my business from the point that it didn't make any sense or wouldn't make any sense for me to consume something that would not have quality. So we need to have the opposite, the best quality, and start building from that. And actually, as you said, changing the mentality of society that need to consume, that need to use the best, and starting from there, never the opposite.
That's very, very simple and very wise. Pedro, I have one more question to ask, and this is, I'm sure that everyone will love my last question. But before I ask this last question, I want you to tell us in a few minutes about the reward that you guys have achieved by being entrepreneurs and by building financial freedom, by building something of your own. Because, you know, guys, everyone who's listening, always there's work involved. There's work involved for absolutely anything you want to do in life. However, I decided to invest my efforts into building something for myself. And there's nothing wrong with that, I'm going to say, but I didn't want to continue exchanging my life and my body for money. Okay, it doesn't sound good, but I didn't want that. I wanted to build something for myself. I didn't know how to, but obviously I started my process the same way as Pedro did. So there's work involved. What reward has being an entrepreneur given you, please?
Yeah, so basically, like the reward is not, I always say this, Mauricio, like, it's not just about having money and time. It's about having like quality of lifestyle, like time, money, relationships, health, everything together. We need to start thinking like as people, when we think about the best, we need to think together. We cannot have like just one part of our life in the best, but the other parts no. In this business, Mauricio, they allow us, because I know you feel the same and I know you live the same, like it allows us to actually live and grow together all the different areas and aspects of our lifestyle, of our lives. Like you are father, so you like you were able to grow, to see, like seeing your child growing like every single day by your side. You have you can do that. So when the business come to us, like in less than 3 years, we change our lifestyle with the business. Like I remember, like we qualified founders platinum, like in 3 years and something. And for example, founders platinum, depending on how structured is the founders platinum, it can be like between 50,000 to almost 100,000, so 100K. So basically, we need to understand there's much more than that. We're just starting the business, as I always say, like we're just playing with the business right now, but allow us to live a different lifestyle, a really different lifestyle, but not just time and money, like everything together. I usually say, Mauricio, like imagine like every single one of you guys that are here, just do this exercise with yourself. Imagine you have like 10 elements in your life that are very important for you. 10 elements: time, money, traveling, health, I don't know, 10, imagine. And you have like a very successful career. And that successful career allow you to actually have 9 of them. That would be amazing, because majority of the careers there, they don't allow us 9. But imagine it allows 9. But my question is, imagine you have the 9 of them, but the 10th that is missing is health. Or the 10th that is missing is money. Or the 10th that is missing is time. Would that be like a successful life? That is my question. And my sister usually says this quote: having success in the career is not the same as having success in life. And this business allows us to build success in life. So if you're missing that 10th element, this business allows you to put together that 10th element. If you're missing 5 of them, this business puts you and allow you to build those 5. And if you're missing the 10 of them, this business allow you to build the 10 of them. So what I'm saying with this, like, the lifestyle is amazing that you'll be able to build with this business, but it's just much more than that. It's like understanding that it's not just about time and money, which is a lot of time and money if we want to go for that. As you said, with work, okay, it requires work, but a different type of work, different type of mentality, but it's just much more than time and money. You can go for whatever money you want in this business. You need to understand that. You can go for whatever money you want in this business, but it's just much more than that. Is you finish your life and you understand, or you're building your life, you having your life, and I believe you finish your life and you understand that you have accomplished, like, on the different areas, like a personal growth, a constantly growth that will actually give us like a different lifestyle than comparing with what we have there outside. Like, as you said, Mauricio, there's a lot of ways to make money. This is just much more than make money, but you can make money as much as you want.
Thank you very much, Pedro. And my last question is about this is that mainly for business owners and anyone who's interested on what we do. Every single business, Pedro, not ours, and I believe you've said it very well during the conference. Every single business needs customers and obviously needs expansion. It's not only about having a corner shop, but about how big is your mentality to expand. My question to you as a professional, and especially for the new people who want to grow their business, is how do you connect with new people? I know that, yes, we can say that the pandemic has given us the opportunity to grow a different business. Personally, I grow what I call a hybrid business. You know, I can grow it online and I can grow it offline because we all have a life offline as well, at least most of us. But my question is, how do I connect to new people? Because, you know, let's be honest, Pedro, if you open up a coffee shop today, you cannot build the next Starbucks selling coffee to family and friends. There's a moment in your life where you're going to start marketing your coffee outside of family and friends. You know, I believe that you can invite family and friends to try your delicious coffee, but in our case, in social commerce, how do you as a professional connect with other people so that you are attractive? Let's call it attractive on what you have is attractive to others.
Yeah, like, first of all, let me give you an analogy with that, which I think, like, I remember Steve Jobs saying that what you're saying, like, you're not going to open a business to actually, the only clients there will be the family and friends. Like, you would never do that to your business. So when you're talking about expansion the business, having clients and building the business with entrepreneurs together, like, I usually use this analogy, which is, I think, is very clear to understand. Like, imagine you have McDonald's, the owner of McDonald's in the 60s, okay, 1960s. He starts to build the business. My question, does he want or doesn't he want to actually expand his business? Of course he wants. Like, he has right now more than 34,000 stores around the world. Doesn't matter if you like McDonald's or not. I want to understand the mentality, the vision, the expansion business. So he wanted to expand the business, of course. But the point is, did he want to expand the business with everyone? My question.
I guess he wanted everyone to buy his products, but he didn't want to expand the business just with anybody.
Correct. So probably would connect with people that actually are open to actually understand and wanted to build and wanted to work to actually expand the business with him. So we always communicate the business the same way. So I want to expand the business. Many times people ask, so you do recruitment? No, I expand the business. It's a different thing. I want to connect with people. I connect with people every single day, online and offline, as you're saying, hybrid way. I'll go there. But what I wanted to start was like understanding that I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a business owner and I want to grow my business. So if I want to grow my business, I need to connect with people to build with other entrepreneurs and to have clients. Because having entrepreneurs with myself in building together and having clients, my business grows. But the point is, will I expand with anyone? No. If the person doesn't want to learn, if the person doesn't want to do anything, why I'm gonna just register for register? This is the way I feel it, at least. I don't judge anything. So, but this is the way we feel. But if the person doesn't want to build anything in their life in that moment, that's all good. I will connect with that person, but I will make it my client. Because the question is, will he or will he not consume forever? He will always consume, correct? He will always be a consumer. I prefer for him to be my client or client from Sainsbury's. It's very easy to understand. I prefer to be my client. So there's a lot of ways to build volume. Okay, you can actually building volume straight away with, as you were saying, with friends, starting with friends, with family, but starting actually connecting in a different way. But expanding the business and having clients is the first thing that we need to understand. We are entrepreneurs. We are business owners. So if we want to grow our business, we need to have clients, and we need to have business owners that actually want to build their dreams the same way we want. So what you were asking me, how I am attractive to actually connect with that? Like, first of all, I think like our personal image is very important, okay? But we need to have like an image that is very aligned with what we believe. In terms of like, if we're talking about offline or even online on a social media, we need to understand that people see it. We need to understand that people see it. So if we are connecting with people, we connect with people, not just with our words, with everything together. So when we go to my social network, when I go to, for example, to my Instagram, I always communicate what I believe. And I'm building my personal brand with that. But if I'm offline, I'm building my personal brand as well. Imagine, Maurice, I go to, I don't know, I go to a restaurant, okay? And the waiter the waiter comes and he has a very, very good attitude. For me, it's clear straight away that this person, despite being a waiter, if he understands what I'm building, he can generate much more in his life comparing to what he's doing right now. So for me, straight away, like I understand that I have an opportunity. Does that make or does that, what I mean with this, like, this doesn't make, or this is missing the word, or I'm missing the word that I want to use. Like, it's not about like, if I connect with him, I straight away will give him the opportunity. It's not about that, but it's about connecting with him, like in terms of energy, in terms of mentality, in terms of understanding him, in terms of knowing a bit more about him. Like, imagine like, oh, what do you do? I do this. Okay, for a long time. I am doing this for 3 years. Okay, do you like it? Do you enjoy it? And the person, if he has great attitude, normally you will say like, yeah, I like it. Okay, but you never thought before to actually be able to build like a different lifestyle, a lifestyle with time and money. And I'll start connecting with him before I contact. I will never contact with everyone, but I connect with everyone. So for entrepreneurs that are here with us right now, I connect with every single person that I'm passing through, or when I go to a restaurant that I see, but I don't contact everyone. Why? Because not everyone wants to actually change something in their life. So what I mean with this, Maurice, is like when I'm talking about being attractive, I really believe being myself the best way I can be every single day. But being very honest, being very frontal, and being very, what I mean is like, I need to be myself. I cannot be yourself. Do you know what I mean? I cannot be my sister. My sister is different than me. My sister contacts different in a different way that I contact, even offline or either online. So we are different people. So I need to respect myself, the way I believe I am, the way I really believe that in things in life. So when we're talking about being attractive, I'm talking about being very honest, being a very good person, because we need to understand that I really believe that what we give to life will give us back. So we need to be very cautious what we do with that. But at the same time, like being very honest, being open-hearted, and at the same time understanding that we have like a great opportunity to change lives. And when I communicate every single time, either if he's online or either if he's offline, I'm always like open to actually be able to bring and to deliver like my time to actually help anyone, doesn't matter where it comes, doesn't matter which studies or not it has, doesn't matter what type of, how much money he has or not. Like if he wants if he wants more in life and he actually is available to learn and to actually put work on that, I'm with him, I'm with her to actually be able to guide him, to guide her to actually change their life. So I really believe to be attractive, either if he's online or offline, is just being myself in the best way I can be every single day. This is what I really believe. I'm like people, when they know me, they know that I am that. Do you know what I mean? I am that in the best way I can be, but I am that. And I think a lot of people, they are not courageous or comfortable enough to actually be themselves. So many people ask me about personal branding. Personal branding is about being honest, speak from the heart, being authentic, being ourselves in the way we believe we should be. This is what I believe.
Thank you very much, Pedro. And on behalf of this organization, this team, we want to massively, once again, thank you for your time, for your passion, for being a life enricher. Thank you very much, Pedro, for
thank you very much
everything that you've given us. I truly believe, as you just said, that good people connect with other good people. And that's what life is about. I want to connect with good people because I believe in myself and I believe in what I have. And to once again, say what you said. If you think that you need more belief in yourself, there's a lot of education and a lot of steps that you can take so that you can build your self-image, your personal branding. You can build yourself because the entrepreneur goes and builds a business. And on the other hand, if you need more belief in what you are doing so that you're absolutely convinced that other good people out there, they deserve a better lifestyle, they deserve better health, they deserve better lifetime balance, then, there's a lot of information that also you guys can get and leave your process. But it's not only about education, as Pedro said at the beginning, it's about action. Simple baby steps, and that we're here to help and to support. And every single week, we're going to be inviting another entrepreneur from different places around the world because we want you guys to get the inspiration, the yes, you can, the yes, I believe in you, the yes, I have done it, yes, I've made mistakes, yes, I've had challenges, yes, everything that you think you can go through, there's people who have done it and who can help you. So once again, thank you, Pedro. Thank you, Andrea. I know that probably you're listening to us. We're going to be inviting you very, very, very soon, Andrea. Thank you guys for giving us the opportunity to have met you, to call you our friends, and we're always there for you as well. Many
pleasure.
Many blessings, Pedro.
Pleasure, Mauricio.
To your family.
Big hi to everyone.
Thank you very much, and we'll see you guys again next week. Thank you very much.
Bye. Take care.